All right?
What is the difference between Sahaja Yoga and the other kinds of yoga that we know in Europe?
Yes. You see, this Patanjali Yoga Shastra, which was used about 7,000 to 8,000 years back since then, was a system they had developed to prepare people for self-realization. But the physical exercises we do here is absolutely indiscriminate because it has no relevance to the body.
Gli esercizi fisici che si fanno qui in Occidente però sono qualcosa di indiscriminato perché non hanno nessun tipo di attinenza con la funzionalità del corpo.
It has to relate to different centers, subtle centers. Wherever is the problem in the center, that is the exercise one has to do. And that was only known to those great masters.
Questi esercizi vanno collegati, connessi, ciascuno a dei centri specifici di energia, la cui conoscenza era di pertinenza esclusiva di questi grandi maestri.
So they have got some sort of a half-baked ideas out of a little thing, out of the 8 parts, a little bit, called as physical yoga, which has no relevance at all, anywhere.
Ma qui adesso si ha una conoscenza molto molto limitata di una parte, di un ottavo, che sarebbe una delle vie indicate da Patanjali, dell'Hatha Yoga, che però non ha grande rilevanza.
Then if you develop too much of your physical being, you neglect your emotional being, you neglect your spiritual being. Second part of it was the Kriya Yoga, as they call it nowadays, which is a misnomer. Was that when the Kundalini used to rise, the ascent of the Kundalini used to take place, then certain thing used to happen within your being that would sustain the Kundalini moving upward. That one was a automatic happening within yourself. But the people who just knew about that, they said, all right, you do it yourself, like cutting your tongue, putting it back here, so the Khechari Mudra is done. And those people have now got tongues hanging like this out of Kriya Yoga. This is an automatic thing that happens to you. Like a car starts, automatically the wheels move. If you start moving the wheels, car won't move, on the contrary, the wheel will break, and you will break too with that. 3/4 of Patanjali has dealt with the Kundalini awakening, what happens after realization, how people do not sustain it. All those things are dealt with later on. About the Ritambara Pragya is the one that is all-pervading power. Only 1/4 is dealt with this cleansing and all that.
Dunque i 3/4 di Patanjali, dello yoga di Patanjali, hanno a che vedere con questo sistema, con tutti i sistemi, diciamo, che servono a sostenere il risveglio della Kundalini e a provocarlo appunto dalla parte fisica oppure con questi sistemi.
And of course they used to get realization through Kundalini awakening only. But there's a basic difference between the modern surge and the ancient surge.
E comunque ovviamente cercavano di risvegliare la Kundalini anche allora, però c'è una differenza fondamentale tra questo evento spontaneo, Sahaja, di allora e quello che succede adesso in Sahaja Yoga.
It had to evolve to this state because first it was only very few people were given realization. But any discovery, if it is not made public, it has no meaning.
E questo essenzialmente ha a che fare con il fatto che allora si riusciva a ottenere la realizzazione del sé in pochissime persone, ma dice Sri Mataji, se una cosa è riservata solo a pochi non ha un grande significato, non ha significato.
So the our mass realization had to be achieved. because it is now the time for you to have mass realization, not one or two persons.
Ma bisognava raggiungere un modo, un sistema per avere questa realizzazione del sé in massa, perché era giunto il momento che tutti l'avessero.
This is one of the difference, is that it's an mass happening today. And the second one is the difference is this, that formerly they used to cleanse every chakra one by one. Any few people that they found are capable of. One by one they used to raise the Kundalini through one chakra cleanse another. They used to take ages to cleanse that. And sometimes in one lifetime they would not get realization. But it is very difficult to cleanse people, because when you start cleansing them, their ego gets challenged. And if you tell them not to do something, they would do it more.
Ma è molto difficile riuscire a purificare le persone, perché è come una sfida al loro ego, e nel momento in cui gli si dice non fare questo è proprio la volta che lo fanno.
So the best thing was to put a little light into them, to see for themselves what's wrong with them.
Dunque la cosa migliore era di dare a loro di innescare in loro stessi una scintilla, in modo che potessero vedere, verificare da loro stessi.
Say there's a person holding a snake in his hand and it's all darkness. You tell the person throw away the snake, he may not. He may on the contrary hold it much tighter. But if you even have a little light, he'll see the snake and he'll throw it away.
Mettiamo il caso che ci sia una persona che tiene in mano un serpente perché di notte non si è accorto che cos'è. Ora, se non c'è nessuna luce e qualcuno gli dice buttatelo via, lui può darsi che non lo faccia, mentre invece se c'è un po' di luce immediatamente lo getterà via.
So I thought if the seventh center, if it can be opened out, then mass realization can be achieved, because all the seven centers are represented in the brain.
Dunque Srimati ha già pensato che se il settimo centro in cima alla testa si poteva essere aperto, allora anche tutti gli altri chakra potevano essere aperti, perché essi risiedono tutti nel cervello.
And secondly, once they feel the experience of the spirit, they will start cleansing themselves, their own centers.
E inoltre, una volta che loro stessi hanno sentito, avvertito l'esperienza dello spirito, cominceranno da soli a pulire se stessi.
And this is how the modern Sahaja Yoga has evolved out of the old one, which was only individualistic and was given to only people who were willing to go through any kind of tests and any kind of disciplining. But nowadays, best is to have it this way.